Hi, this is Gary Kayye. We're here in the Jands booth, and I'm here with Geoff Smith, the general manager of Jands. First off, good morning. How are you, Geoff?
I'm very well, thank you, Gary. Thank you.
We're here talking to you for two reasons. Number one is we're here in Australia at the Integrate 2018 show, and Australia sits in a unique position in that they tend to, for whatever reason, in the last 10 to a dozen years, sort of set the trends for the industry. And Jands, as a distributor, you see all the trends because you've got 20, 30, 40 product lines that you're representing.
Yeah, it's something that's pretty interesting. The Australian market seems to really get behind products, and then probably relationships, price comes a bit after that. Yeah. So technology products gain a lot of interest, and I guess we are early adopters.
Yeah, the first place I saw AV over IP systems installed, I mean, the integration of the new lighting technologies all was accelerated here in Australia. So tell us about sort of where you sort of see the market right now, because things are changing rapidly technologically.
Well, video conferencing is obviously a big thing already in the world, but what we're really starting to see is people investing a lot more in the technology of capturing the audio and integrating with soft codec systems and just more complex conference rooms, and being able to actually change configurations of your rooms and change presets, etc. So we're seeing this really grow rapidly. And as a result, at Jands, we feel kind of blessed at the moment because we carry both lines of Shure and Biamp, and we're seeing some really innovative products come out of both camps at the moment.
Yeah, the Devio, for example, is got a lot of traction. It's a very unique solution, and so basically what you're saying is that we've been in industry for a while now that has really focused on the visuals, and people are coming back around to the audio. And there's two factors there. Number one is it's one thing to hear somebody, it's a different thing to understand what they're saying, but also, isn't audio more profitable than video in reality? I mean, it seems like the audio gear is more profitable.
Yes, that is correct. And I think one of the big complaints, we've heard stories of law firms and legal firms that are doing a lot of video conferencing where they're actually having to write off, quite large amounts of, bills to customers because they have had, disputes over what was actually achieved in those meetings because there's been poor audio. So more and more corporations are starting to realize they actually need to get high quality audio in these meetings. It's not just about video. I think we got the video component correct. We've got a lot more high speed bandwidth. It's the audio that now needs to catch up with that. And in that respect, we're seeing corporations willing to spend more money on that component when they're building their huddle spaces in their conference rooms. And it is, as you said, it's probably a very profitable area of the industry.
Yeah, if I were an integrator, I would be pushing that because it doesn't get all the glitz and people don't focus on it as much when they're trying to piecemeal you on pricing, for example. There's an opportunity there. And really people will pay for the better audio because that's the emotional experience comes from the audio, right?
Absolutely, and I think we've all had experiences where we've been in meetings with our CEOs or managing directors, and if they can't hear what's going on or the meeting's not going well, it can be awkward for everyone.
Yeah. So I want to ask you kind of a general market question because of where you sit, you're dealing with everybody. How's the market here in Australia and New Zealand? I mean, in general, is it on an upswing? Is it flat? Where do you see it?
Interestingly, I think it's on an upswing. I think, Jands had a very good year last year, and I don't think we're alone in having a good year. You do hear, in this region of Australia and New Zealand about, a flat economy, wages, stagnation, but for some reason we seem to be seeing in our industry an investment that's happening across the board. So,
and it might be that we're kind of in the pinnacle of technology too, and we're at the very, very tip of that triangle, right? I mean, so I think we have very unique products. And there's a lot of innovation, especially with DSP. I mean, DSP changed everything in audio over the last 10 years. Wouldn't you agree? And Dante even.
Absolutely, and I think there's a lot of discussion still about which DSP is going to take the ultimate lead or the win, but what they're achieving with DSP and what it's finding, how it finds its way into products in the future, I think is also very exciting. I think a lot of these companies we're talking about, and in particular for us with Shure and Biamp, we're excited about the roadmap into the future as well.
Yeah, so of course Jands, you probably know them already, but you can check them out. But we're going to actually go around and shoot individual videos on each of the product stations here so you can see all the lines that they carry. How long has Jands been around? You've been around ever since I've been in the industry.
That's right, 48 years.
You're older than me, thank goodness. But 48 years in the industry, and I mean, everyone talks about Jands. I mean, you're sort of a bellwether in the industry.
Well, we cover quite a few segments, and we've been talking today a lot about the AV conferencing and video conferencing solutions, and it's a really big opportunity for us. But our heritage came out of production, and obviously we are representing other brands for the live performance markets and production venues. We have lighting. We're seeing, apart from performance lighting, architectural lighting is the next big thing we see in our industry as well, where corporations are now willing to spend more money on architectural lighting of their facilities in it as well. So it's really, it's an evolving industry is the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, and one little note on lighting that I noticed is because everyone has to change their lighting because of the new technology, they're now taking a look at, well, how could we do this differently rather than just replacing the bulb,
Absolutely.
right? And I think that generates a tremendous business opportunity. Even using projection, for example, as lighting and doing some really creative things there. Again, we're going to go around and shoot videos on everything. Geoff, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate you doing it. Congratulations, and I wish you best of luck at the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thanks for watching.